It's all about me. Me. Yeah, it's all about you. There's nobody quite like you, is there? You're so unique. Oh, look, this week, it's about me and member berries. All rot, no plot. Episode 5 of Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
You fancy a bum?
The Next Generation. What the f*** is that? Oh, it had to happen. When you thought it couldn't get any worse, it does. Episode 5 of Starfleet Academy. This series is total dog muck. I could have gone worse with that, but it is total dog muck. Today's episode, series acclamation mill.
What the hell is even that?
I don't know what a series acclamation mill is. It's bad. And when I say it's bad, it is real bad. On the panel tonight, Istaphobos, Z3PO, and Professor R2. Welcome to the panel, chaps and chapasses.
Hello.
How are you, Z3PO, you spunky rag from Tatooine?
Very well, thank you very much. Series acclamation mill. So this is an episode about Sam where we get to find out all about her.
Yeah, I was overly thrilled, and I didn't ask, to be fair.
Me neither.
Istaphobos, welcome to the channel, sir. Did you enjoy this episode? Don't be honest.
No, this is the part where you're like, okay, this isn't funny anymore, and part of your soul breaks off and crawls away to a corner to die.
Yeah, that sounds about fair. Professor R2, did you give Dusty Bin a run for his money? Was this in the trash?
Oh boy. Well, first of all, hello, gay boys.
Hello. Oh, I forgot to mention, I am officially gay between now and the end of the show.
It's Friday.
It is Friday.
Yes,
That's my line.
What the hell is even that?
Stop it, else I'll be over there, you dusty bin, and I'll scratch your fucking eyes out. How about them apples? Oh, did somebody make a promise?
One that you won't be able to keep, lover.
We've already had a fancier bum so far on the show. Did you hear it in the intro?
I did indeed, yeah.
Did anybody hear a certain bar song in there for reference? Blue Oyster, anybody?
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, Blue Oyster Bar.
Oh, yeah, did you not hear it? It's a story about me. How selfish is that?
What the hell is even that?
That's going to get some hammer tonight, this one. Oh, this was terrible. Written by, are you ready for who wrote this? Kristen Bayer and Tawny Newsome. Now, Tawny Newsome, who is in Starfleet Lower Decks as Ensign Beckett Mariner, she also played Isla Dax in this episode. So nothing like giving yourself a gig by writing yourself into the show.
Well, and co-opting a beloved character that everybody loves. This is the ultimate example of stolen valor, this entire episode.
Well, you've got to get the member berries in. Ista, member berries. It's important to get people like me and you into the cohesive mix that is Starfleet Academy, because it's progressive.
Yeah, this is beyond member. They can't create anything that people love, so they have to steal it from other better shows.
Or bastardize it. Z, you were saying.
Yeah, Newsome is a self-confessed lifelong Star Trek fan, and she cites DS9 as her favourite, which is why she so stunning and bravely chose herself to play a pivotal character in Star Trek's past.
I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Do you remember Professor R2?
Oh my God. Just right from the bat, this first frame here, I'm already dying inside. Just looking at this. This is
It's about me.
It's like it's Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yep.
Written by Adam Sandler, with the central character being replaced by some delusional, self-aggrandizing hologram directed by Paul Feig. It couldn't get stupider. It couldn't get more gay.
You're
like it's
right.
all of it in there.
I find it offensive. I'm offended. Somebody said they find it gay.
It's written in the first episode that she's 3 months old.
One at a time, girls. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to referee. This is like watching a load of hunky studs mud wrestle, right? So one at a time, be respectful, be mindful of others. Otherwise, I'll have to put you in the sin bin and a little bit of a timeout. Esther, I'm looking at you.
Okay.
Z,
Okay.
you were saying.
This is a janky 4-4 breaking episode, which the main character, which I'm assuming Sam stands for seriously annoying Muppet, is established in the first episode. She's only 3 months old, but has got the identity of a 17-year-old girl who somehow has the writing and drawing ability of a bloody 5-year-old.
And the crayons, don't forget the crayons.
Yep. Gotta do
Anyway,
crayon.
A quick hello. Just 1 second, girls. You get your turn. There's plenty of hunks in the chat tonight. I want to say hello to Franco. Tog's in there. Hello, Tog. How are you? Brian, also Atom Gray. And Barry's just joined us. Yes, he says it's dumb as a lobotomized packlid. I agree with that. This show is beyond stupid. In fact, it's an insult to stupid. This program, I don't know who it's aimed at. It certainly isn't for me. There's a lot of gay people I've been speaking to who think this show is an absolute joke. 90210 in space, pure space puke, and other various comments have come to the fore. Nobody cares about these characters. Nobody is investing in these characters. They're smug, they're smarmy, they're self-centered, they're entitled, and the sheer fucking hubris of these people is just off the charts. Oh, God. Somebody pass me the eye bleach.
It's space puke, but it's glittery space puke, Trev.
Oh, we had glittery puke for the first time. I wondered what Darren was actually puking at. Was it the bartender in the gay bar? I don't know.
Gay
Was
bar.
Gay bar, girl, I want to take you to a gay bar. I want to put something in you. There we go.
Calling it Adam Sandler only after he went through like the Dumb and Dumber mill and got extreme brain damage, because this is like the movie Eyes Wide Shut written for 5-year-olds. There is nothing in this for anybody. You can tell with the little crayon drawings, that is their intended audience. The way they explain everything, it doesn't make sense, but they open up a children's book about Cisco, for God's sake.
This whole episode from here, right from here, this whole episode, I think, is just taking place in her head, because everyone looks at her like she's the most amazing person in the world. They're all smiling at her. They're all giving her high fives. They all have nicknames for her.
Yes.
It's insane.
It's like clown porn in Braille.
She's exuding main character syndrome right the way through this intro. She does that in all of space and time. I'm unique. Unless, of course, you count the emergency medical hologram, or Djarin in the Voyager episode Revulsion, or the photonic insurgents from the Voyager episode Body and Soul, or the holograms we see in Flesh and Blood in season 7 of Voyager.
Right.
Yeah, or the 3,000 entities on the planet that created her.
That she came from.
Yeah.
Let's have a few sound effects in context for this slide. For this one.
What the hell is even that? What the hell is even that? What the hell is even that?
I could go on. Oh, look, yet again, another character what does not exist in canon anymore. Yeah. Again. How can two men have a daughter and send her to the 32nd set? Is it a poo baby, Z?
It's a bum baby.
Yeah, even if this all occurs in her head, it still makes no logical sense. It lacks any kind of coherence. And the fact is, this is them pushing that self-identification agenda. She's like, I'm an emissary. He's an emissary. I am just exactly like Cisco. You know, just because somebody calls you something doesn't make it true. Just look at everybody with the word writer on their door that works for this series. Just because your friends decided to call you a writer doesn't actually mean you can write. And
I thought this reminded me of a line from Predator. You know, at the end when he goes, "What the hell are you?" I mean, that's all I'm getting. A series acclamation mill. That is the level of cleverness in the writer's room. What does that even mean?
What the hell is even that?
That
I
just
like
makes no
Sabi
sense.
annoying Muppet.
It makes no sense.
I'm
No, it doesn't.
theorizing that it stands for it's a poke at us. It's a poke at millennials being told to get used to this series.
Well, us as the fans, we're represented by the commandant of the War College. He is the only one in the show that takes anything seriously, and he gets endlessly ridiculed and tormented because he actually wants to do something serious. But even his position makes no sense. It's not. It's like, who's administering this school? There are no teachers. There is no administrate. Like the chancellor of a university would have people over him. They would have the board of regents, and it's just like, hey, I'm going to heat up the ocean because you know what? It's important to make sure my character is stupid because I represent the true Star Trek fans in the show.
It's more like hideous. Clown World Academy because you've got Holly Hunter's Captain Nala Ake, who's the commandant of the Starfleet Academy. And she doesn't take anything seriously. Not one thing. All she does, she's crazy old cat lady, but she has to be right about everything, every single week. And who has a homeworld called Cask? Because all I kept thinking was cask of ale.
Yeah, cask of Amontillado. Also, she is a hippie crazy cat lady because she walks around barefoot, invades everyone's personal space.
Oh, yeah, and she's an annoying bitch to boot. I mean, the whole thing, she goes into the chancellor of the War College's apartment, and what's the first thing she does? She dives on his sofa, barefooted, scrawming around like some dirty old, mingy old cat lady. And wherever she goes, she's walking barefoot, like she's the seminal hippie that has to go around and wrong all the rights because it's San Francisco. She fits right in because she's the hippie old cat lady. And none of it, anything what she does makes sense, but she always has to be right. And if, she's got a photonic holographic body, why the fuck did she pick that one? Why couldn't she have picked something, a little more alluring to the eyes? Because so far in this entire series, I have not seen one hot chick. Yeah, prove me wrong. I'll wait.
I think what happened here is that she made the very... Well, let's just be honest. It's kind of a newbie mistake of just hitting the randomizer in the character creation screen when you're starting the game and ended up with this. So,
I think it's time for a new skin. And I'm guessing she didn't go with 1, 2, or 3. I think this might be 4 skin.
Well, you know why they did it. She checks all the boxes. Body positivity.
Klingon in a dress! Klingon in a dress! Warning! Warning! Shields up!
Sorry. This is just to remind you how gay he is, in case you've forgotten from the last
Gaiden. Episode. Hello, girls. It's Gaiden. He's got him a Chrysler. It's as big as a whale. Oh, sorry. I'm sounding like Scotty.
Listen, how short is Holly Hunter if that tiny little Muppet towers over her like this?
4'9".
Why is the retarded hologram doing racist kung fu chops?
Yeah, well, yeah. See, I knew listen, the only way to explain any of this is to think, what the creators are, what message, what lecture they're trying to deliver. And the fact is, the lecture says, if you say you're a woman, and you're exactly like all the other women. That's what they're saying here.
As a white man, you must take the knee.
Yeah,
that's all that kept going through my head there. That's all that kept going through my head. Take the knee to Queen Sam special arse mixture. That's what comes to mind when I think of Sam. What do you think, Z?
Yeah, pretty much so. I mean, bloody hell. Isn't he supposed to be the son of the Beta Z president?
Yeah.
And he debases himself in front of a hard light hologram. Queen Sam Samalina of Samanita, you fucking
Queen Salmonella. He was a badass in episode 1. What the heck happened?
He's been cooked. He's been cooked. And I don't mean as in cooked in a kitchen. C-U-C-K-E-D. Cooked. He's had to hand his balls in at the door if he wants to be a part of Starfleet Academy.
And Sam is supposed to be Cask's so-called emissary to the Federation, but she really isn't. An emissary delivers messages, negotiates, gathers information, and conducts other discussions on other planets' behalf.
I think she's confusing her role with an ambassador, which she is not.
She's not that either. She's a spy. No. She's integrated into their society to report back to her masters.
Yeah, and she's not a particularly good one, and she's a superfluous one because they have all the information they need. They are literal living computer programs. They could interface with the others.
You're just jealous, sister, because you're not as stunning and brave as what she is. I mean, you've got to be brave to go out with a face like that. But she's an emissary, which equals diplomat, which equals big job in crayon. That's the level of writing we are dealing with on this particular episode.
Yeah.
And the smugness.
You know what? I take back what I said about Adam Sandler. Even he wouldn't be this terrible.
Yeah.
This is kind of insulting to Adam Sandler.
This is an insult to people who don't write comedy.
The world building doesn't make sense because the skill set.
What world building? There's none.
No, there wouldn't be a separate war college and Starfleet Academy. They would be different majors in the same school because 99% of what these cadets would need to learn would be the same thing. It would just like, are you going to major in combat tactics and war? Are you going to major in exploration? They had to set up the Slytherin. What?
They're sharing the same building. It would just be one school.
Yeah, but they had to set up, they needed the Harry Potter, they needed the Gryffindors and the Slytherins. So, and even that was all Hogwarts. So making these two separate schools that occur in the same place because they're not creative enough to come up with any other way to set up this ridiculous conflict and rivalry, even though they have blueprints right in front of them how to do it. They're still like, we need to make these separate schools that happen in the same building.
Holly Hunter is 5'2" tall, but don't forget Sam's wearing stupid Gary Glitter boots. So that's got to have added at least 3 inches. Some interesting comments in the chat so far. Put some of them up on the screen. Oh, Mau. She is not a super ass mama. Maybe she's got a super fat ass. But Ardent Party, that's not very nice. Severely autistic muppet, no. Argentum says, putting Dax in this was like a final slap in the face to DS9 and its fans. I wholeheartedly agree with that. It's not good. Ardent Party says, stunning and brave. I think you meant stunned and balmy. No. The script was definitely written in Comic Sans. I like that. That is very good. Oh dear, we'll catch up with the chat very soon. Don't worry.
In crayon, and the script was literally written in crayon for preschoolers here. That's the level of thought. Also, if IMDb says somebody's 5'2", they're really 5'0".
And if that, apparently she's blowjob height, which reminded me that this show sucks harder than a blowjob contest in a tornado. It literally does. I mean, look at that. She's having a photo taken with a what the fuckian. Organics equals physical body. And we find yours rather disturbing, love.
No, robots have physical bodies too, and they're not organic.
Androids. Yeah. There's all kinds of things with physical bodies that aren't organic.
Yeah.
That's the amount of thought they...
there's probably some poor bastard somewhere who finds her absolutely drop dead gorgeous.
I have a hard time.
Yes, I can see you're agog with that statement.
Yeah.
But anyway, Durham, who's a bit allergic to bananas, eats a random plate of shit, and she's like, "What's this asshole eat a random plate of shit? It's got chicken, banana, yield pudding, whatever the fudge that is, weird hash." This is like, I don't know, this is Saved by the Bell level material right here. But he's a Keonian, and he's really a fish boy.
Yeah,
he's 17.
Boy.
Yeah, but she also says he doesn't, I don't know why he eats without checking for banana, but he's doing it on purpose. It's like a dare. It's a prank. So he knows they're in there. It's not a matter of him not checking. And of course...
but he's stunning and brave. Do you know why they do it? She says it right there. Because when he does it, and then he pukes glitter. What species in Star Trek? What fucking use is this in the evolutionary scale of the universe? The universe decided, I know, we'll have a species that pukes glitter whenever they eat a fucking banana. Really?
They couldn't even look up the nutritional value of food. He would be puking glitter if he ate anything. Dairy, spinach, most vegetables, meat, cheese. They all have more potassium than a banana. They couldn't even be bothered to look that up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he shits rainbows.
That's it. That's in the next episode. See?
No,
That's in the next episode.
C3PO, you are naughty.
Why is the Klingon skirt covered in rainbows?
I don't know, but she's over the moon about that. Oh, look, glitter, stunning and brave. Yeah, I wonder what I wonder what he's really been swallowing. Anyway, it's her mission to figure out what makes organics tick. What's love? What is sleep? What are dreams? What's that finger doing in my arse? Anyway,
I can answer the first question.
Go on then.
It's baby, don't hurt me. No,
Don't hurt me no more. Do you know what I thought next? More Colin Orson. Come in, Orson.
Exactly.
Yes.
They utterly ripped off Mork and Mindy in this
Didn't
scene.
they just?
Yeah. And Third Rock from the Sun, too. But they already have a photonic life form that's over 1,000 years old that pioneered getting his civil rights from the Federation. Why don't they just talk to him?
Yeah, there is that.
Exactly.
But, literally, all I kept waiting for was, what have you learned this week, Mork? Well,
Why do Sam's makers need anything explaining? Are they as dumb as she is?
Did you look on IMDb who was providing the voice of the makers?
No.
It was
No,
Chewie Tell Edgio 4.
Oh, I called it.
Oh my God, they're such bitches. But I'll tell you what, she's no Pam
Stunning and
Dauber.
brave.
I'll tell you, she's no Pam Dauber.
But
No, you are wrong. You are wrong. She is a dobber. Did you say dobber? Dobber means something totally different over here, but she is a dobber, to be fair.
No, Pam was gorgeous from Mork and Mindy.
She was back in the day.
Solid one, yes.
He certainly wasn't orking that, was he?
The photonics are computer-based life forms. Why not simply absorb the Federation database, which Sam has access to, and they can form their own opinions from there? Her presence at Starfleet Academy doesn't make any sense in the wider scheme of things.
No, and Z,
but they haven't got
where is her computer? Where is she based? Where are her projectors? How does she walk around? Like,
where's her light be? How does she get around? How can she magically transport herself around from scene to scene? There's a lot of unsolved mysteries on this. I think we ought to dig Robert's stack up and do a show, a very special one. But she likes playing the theremin. Of all the instruments you could pick if you were a computerized entity, you would pick the most hardest instrument possible. But no, she picks a fucking theremin. She doesn't generate any kind of capacitive field.
Yes.
No, her body, you actually need flesh to generate that capacitance.
Oh, you're actually wrong in that respect. In the Star Trek Voyager episode Phage, the EMH was explains that the hologram is a projected light held in a magnetic containment field, and this can be allowed to allow matter through it or stop it.
Oh yeah, but capacitance.
And even then, she doesn't know how to play it. They didn't even take 5 minutes to bring someone on set to show her how to actually hold her hands and move them to play a theremin.
Jean-Michel Jarre is going to find out where she lives and kick her head in.
Yeah,
Anyway.
she is electromagnetic, but it wouldn't work the same way a human does. It would probably explode when she got 20 feet away from it.
Oh,
Screeching noises.
hey, I've just had a great idea. Couldn't we give her a banana sandwich, Z?
Hello.
Do you get the reference?
Yes, DP, Dorothy Perkins.
Okay.
I'm lost. Can you explain it to
I
the
was
cheap seats?
thinking Red Dwarf when Rimmer became actually real and he nicked, was it Hermann Goering's banana sandwich? And then he bit into it and then he went, yes, I'm alive, bang, and he blew up and he was back to being a hologram.
Oh, we'll get to that soon enough where she starts eating and drinking. Like the actual mechanics of this episode, nothing is going to make sense. As I said, like every line contradicts what was said a few lines before. Like I am absolutely unique, except for the thousands of entities that created me. And she's like, why doesn't he check for bananas? Well, he did. He's eating them on purpose. If you're going to try to make sense with the logical progression of this, you will it is an exercise in futility, and it will slowly eat away at your soul.
I thought when they got to the bar bit, when they had the vodkas, and I thought if somebody said to her, how many vodkas have you had? 38. Simulated, just some random shit from Aliens. But she couldn't even explain. The course tutor was trying to get her to explain how music made her feel, and she couldn't understand the concept of feeling. She said, oh, I like it because it's, music. Just coming out with just random throwaway lines. But yet again, it's more mock calling us and coming us. And it was just, I don't know, this just felt like a fucking cliche right from the get-go.
Yeah, and she explains that organics created her species, but only saw them as servants. So that's the real reason why she's black, because slavery, and only black people can be descended from slaves.
Yeah, and I looked up a bunch of universities. Nobody has a course called Explaining the Unexplainable. They have boring things like math, science, philosophy, physics, literature, but not explaining the unexplainable.
What about Tales of the Unexpected? That'd be a good course.
Yeah. Not in this military academy. They're not teaching strategy. They're not teaching anything that has to do with the history of military combat. Nope. Explaining the unexplainable.
She may as well enroll in gender studies.
There you go. That's exactly.
I want to do a course in African frock weaving, and then Jaden can walk down the catwalk and mince up and down and show us how lovely it is. But humans are funny. So funny that Darren's going to split the atrium in half with a laser beam. But Kyle is more interested in getting split in half by Jaden. We'll talk more about that later. Ooh.
Oh, I think Jaden's a bottom. He will be doing no splitting.
I don't know. I think Kyle's versatile. He's a bit like a bird's eye potato waffle, if you know what I mean.
Wobbly versatile.
Oh, and look, it's Tig. She's got to come along and take away the toys. She is drier than the Arizona desert, this one. How is she even a comedian?
Well, she mistakes being sarcastic and for being funny, and those two things are not the same. But she's a comedian because that's what it says on her dressing room. And if she says she's a comedian, she must be a comedian.
Hitler's had funnier gas bills.
It's Gaydon chatting up a member of the War College.
Perhaps today is a good day to bite a pillow.
Just in case you didn't know that he's gayer than a tank top wearing bum boy hanging around the public toilets.
That's the real reason his dad didn't think he was much of a warrior, because it was a different kind of spear he was seeking.
Yeah, so somebody counted there are 2 straight characters in the show and 9 gay characters.
Really?
Oh, and
why so many?
You'll find out those straight characters aren't as straight as you think. Trust me.
I don't like how the word queer has been appropriated. I like to say queer a lot, as in, that's odd or unusual. Why have they had to take that word? My right as a human to say a word. I can't say that I'm gay and express happiness. I mean, what's happy? Why would you be happy about having 10-inch cock up your ass?
I'm going to give you a dozen reasons.
Trev,
yes.
Taste the rainbow, buddy. Taste it.
No, I refuse. I am the world's first monosexual gay man. And if you want to know what a monosexual is, it rhymes with anchor and starts with a W. Oh, dear. Yeah, but now she's going on about wanting to get your end away. I think you guys in the States call it getting laid.
Yes,
dilated pupils, raised temperature, increased blood flow to the willy.
Yes, this contradicts the idea that this show is supposed to be for kids, by the way.
Yep.
Or maybe reinforces it, knowing that they love to sexualize children.
Yeah, and
but have you noticed? Have you noticed how they're trying to make out that a straight affection is rather odd and bizarre, and so much so it's analysed by a sentient non-human life form.
This woman right here is a telepath. How in the world is he playing, games with her? She knows exactly what he's thinking at all times.
Yeah. She's saying right now, Esther, do me.
We get our first
slim.
in that scene, we also get our first DS9 member berry, where our Gary Stu character there is eating a Jumja stick.
Yeah, he was.
I call him Space
Yeah, there we go.
Jesus. I've been calling him Space Jesus. Is that not going to stick? I'm just.
Yeah. So the Space Jesus is Ray. That's.
Oh, okay. That's why.
Female Space Jesus. Yeah.
He's just the key to everything, except for the keys that she is the key to everything.
I don't know. There's just something odd about that lass. She's too white. I don't think. There's just. I don't know. I'm finding it a bit offensive. You know. Caleb should have a nice, I don't know, Nubian-looking princess. Why don't we do a swap? You sort of recast this. Sam should be the white girl, and she can be whoever she is in the middle, and then, you know, they can equal them.
You're roboting, Trev, but our gentleman in the chat brought up the neural inhibitor. That just brings her down to normal levels. There's plenty of examples of her using her telepathy when, you know, Superboy breaks into the war college and stuff. She was able to sense him. It doesn't turn off her powers. It just lowers them to an appropriate level.
Yeah.
So
Correctionist, it's empathy, because the idiot writers who made this show don't understand that the Beta Zeds are telepathic. They think they're all empathetic.
Oh, because they look up a Wikipedia article on Deanna Troi.
They think they're all they do is read other people's emotions. They're not actually telepaths.
Do you want to know something really weird? I actually gave Alex Kurtzman a little bit of credit where it was due this week, because I started rewatching Fringe, and I thought he did a really good job on that show. So
that was Orsi. That wasn't him. That was Orsi.
Oh, right. He's just got a producer's credit then, has he?
Yes.
So that's probably why him and Orsi have fell out then, because obviously Orsi was the creative force there, not the actual take credit for it force. Now, I found this quite interesting. A Korean Orion. What the hell?
It's interesting. Yeah.
Hey, what's your name? Korean Orion.
But even if she was only an empath, it would negate. He couldn't play games with her. She would know that he liked her. He desired her. There is no situation in which this so-called tension and teen angst works logically in the show.
She'd turn around and say, "You're only after one thing, my tuppence," and he'd go, "Yeah." She's got plenty of change from what I've heard. Confronting the unexplainable, which just sounded like a really shit plot device. We can't think of anything real to say, so let's just make up some techno bullshit, and then she can go for that. And then they threaten her with deletion, like they've nicked that from the Matrix. So then she goes to do this course, confronting the unexplained, like, why do women run away from me when they see me coming?
My bad. I thought it was explaining the unexplainable. Sorry, Professor.
Confronting.
Confronting.
Yeah, it's what does it matter, really? I mean,
confronting the unexplainable, the fate of Benjamin Sisko, emissary of the prophets. Now, Avery Brooks provides a voiceover for this, but he didn't actually appear in it. Cyril Lofton, on the other hand, was rubbing his fucking hands because he's like, I can afford to eat this month. Yep. He's having chops this Sunday for his dinner.
He did not.
He did not. Go ahead, Prof.
No, I'll say he did not actually record anything for this episode. He is not credited in this episode. His image does not appear in this episode.
In cloud.
He recorded a spoken word album in the 90s, contemporary with the making of Deep Space Nine, which is why he sounds the same as he does when he's in the series. They took a bit from that album, they licensed it, and they played it back in here. And that's why what he says makes absolutely no sense in the context of the episode.
Yeah, because he was probably off his tits when he said it.
It was ASCAP rules, so he had nothing to do with it. You can license anybody's music by going through ASCAP. So, yeah.
Hang on a minute.
Why is she trying to solve the mystery of Benjamin Sisko? It's not a mystery in the finale. He fulfills his role as emissary when he confronts Golda Cat, who's possessed by the Pari.
So is she. They're exactly the same.
And who ever thought that a Trill would be mating with a Cardassian?
Yeah,
half Cardassian, half Trill. According to form, Trills could not successfully genetically blend with other species, because if they did, they wouldn't actually able to blend with a symbiote. This was established in DS9. Not
Yeah,
once,
and-
but 4 times.
She's awfully mocha colored for a Cardassian too, so I think there's something else going on here.
Tawny Newsome. I wonder if she's related to Gav. And
Well,
I'm
the way-
surprised she's not a rug muncher. She's actually got a fella. I looked
The way
it up.
that guy gets around, it's clearly possible she is, if you know anything about Gavin.
Stunning and brave. The fate of Benjamin Sisko, emissary. Well, we're both emissaries, mate. You know, so I've got to be just like Benjamin Sisko, because ours is an emissary too. And she's like, what the fuck are you sniffing? What a stunning and brave look that is. That's called the Cardassian blue steel. She's slightly turning to the right. She can't do left, though.
Yeah, and this
Just
is
look
the
at that
point-
face.
This is the point in the episode where I realized that I was never going to survive this. Like,
Yeah, it's not good, you know?
No.
It's not good. It just felt like a poor plot device. And how can we bring this back as a member, Barry? And like you said, because Tawny Newsome's got a writing credit for this episode, and she's such a big fan of DS9, obviously that was the hook for her getting the gig. And like that was mentioned previously, Benjamin Sisko and the story of is now a children's book on
Yes.
Bayshore.
It's a kid's
It's a
book.
bestseller. It's like Where's Wally, but he's black.
It's a good night third moon of Bajor.
Where is he? Where is he? He's in the back of a cop car. Yeah, this just oh god. Fonzie was flying high with this episode.
Diary of a Wimpy Cardassian.
Perhaps today is a good day to buy some lube. Anyway. Yeah, this just felt really labored, and it was oversimplified to the point it was an insult to anybody's intelligence. And they weren't acting like teenagers. They were acting more like primary school kids, you know?
Yeah.
Elementary school is what you call it in the States.
Yeah,
But we were talking,
preschoolers.
preschool for want of a different word. And you've got Genesis. Give! Go on, Zig, I'll let you do it.
Give me Genesis.
She's throwing balls at Caleb. Caleb would like to throw some balls her way.
Yep.
Jaden is not checking her ass out. He's thinking, God, she's got a fat ass.
My new
Maybe-
name for this show is Alex Kurtzman's Starfleet Babies.
Yeah,
That's
we could
what
have
this show
a
is.
theme tune. I like adventure. I like romance.
Yeah, you know
Jaden
what?
can be the animal one.
Yeah, R2, you just made me real. This is worse than Space Babies. This is worse than Doctor Who.
I don't know. I think you'd sooner cuddle a facehugger than have to watch this in one go. Just look at her, Princess Smuglier of Smuglion 9. I'm Princess Smuglier, and I used to be the ambassador's son, but now I'm a waither fin mint. I'm an after 8. But yeah, the story revolves around Sam. It's all about her and how she's the emissary too. And obviously she's more... Hang on a minute. Does that look like Darren's rolled up a dollar bill?
Wait, look at Argentum's comment. It's
Hang
too
on,
good.
hang on. Let me find it. I'm way down.
It starts with Comics Division.
Okay.
I didn't think of this. I'm surprised because with all the feet.
Well, blimey, I'm way behind on the chat. I do apologize.
I can read it if you want.
It's all right. I can read myself. I learnt in preschool. Oh dear.
It's the fifth from the bottom.
Right, there's a big help. Here we go. That was much better. Argentum 201 in the chat says, Comics Division calls this Starfleet Academy because of Holly Hunter. Huh?
Starfleet Academy.
Oh, sorry. I've not got my glasses on. Comics Division calls this Starfleet Academy because of Holly Hunter and her inability to be normal with her feet. Maybe she's trying to prove. Maybe there was a rumor going around, started by Brie Larson, that Holly Hunter's got really weird feet. So she's trying to dispel the myth. Who knew? Just incidentally, just a quickie, you can become a channel member
or support via patreon.com/TrevRetro. And if you're feeling ever so inclined, we're a bit short on pot knackers. So if you're in the chat and you feel like chucking us a couple of pot knackers, feel free to do so. It keeps the light on and everything. And I've got to say a big thank you to Melvin Deeply, who's our latest channel member. Thank you for helping keep the lights on. Yeah, I don't know. This show is just bad. And it does look like Darren's got a bag of Coke on the table. That does not look like any other Ziploc bag in the universe. But it's just overly played on this fact that Sam is special, Sam is unique, Sam is obviously far better than everybody else. And everybody else is just agreeing with her. It's like, it's a delusion. You can keep force-feeding a delusion till it becomes almost believable. But these people are just buying into it, and they're just making her what she is. So she wants to go and try and solve the mystery of Benjamin Sisko. And, of course, she's going to be able to do it better than anybody else. 800 years he's been missing. He's been declared MIA by Starfleet. Genesis's dad, who's an admiral, confirmed that. And, even Caleb says it's not that hard. You can't disprove their belief system because you'll unravel all their religion. Because, what do you do? They had all these Kais and Winds and whatever they were back in the day, checking your pa and whatnot. And they were the keepers of the religion, the celestial temple and all the, I forgot what they're called now, Tears of the Prophets and whatnot.
Yes.
And now Sisko has become their space Jesus.
Yeah, it's not a mystery. We have loads of species from Star Trek canon that are made up of energy that have, ascended away from their physical bodies. We have the Metrons, the Organians, the Q, the Thasians, the Beta 7 entity. Like, this isn't a mystery. He went home to the temple. Duh.
He'd done his business, he'd served his purpose, and he'd been sent to the retirement home in the sky, quite literally. If it's energy-based and non-corporeal life forms, I'll stick with the Alterans in this case. If you know, you know. Skyfire in the chat says 10 mil an episode, as far as I know. Yeah, it's true. Anyway, bright idea. She's going to go and insult a bunch of Bajorans now, and she promptly does so, straight off the bat. Hey, yeah, about your space Jesus. I think it's all tosh. Does anybody want to prove me wrong?
This isn't even, it's not even a religious observance. She doesn't go to a temple. This is the Bajor Club. So, is there also like a Delta Club? Is there a Vulcan Club? Is there
a Vulcan was destroyed?
Is there a club for every planet in the world?
But there's a gay bar later.
I had a massive problem with this scene because he starts, your part is strong. Now, in the Bajoran spiritual belief system, the power refers to a person's life force, their spirit, soul, or spiritual
She's not
energy.
alive.
The essence that makes somebody alive and connected to the divine. She is none of these things, none of them whatsoever.
Well, maybe the output on her light being it's kind of microwave in his hand.
And
thank you to Paul Dickinson for £2. Chucked as a pot knacker says get knackered. Also, Skyfire became a channel member. Thank you ever so much, Skyfire. I really do appreciate that. The kids will be eating pork chop on Beta Z tonight. Thank you ever so much, sir.
And I just could not stand the way she walked into the Bajoran meditation session and just interrupted everybody like she was Don Lemon barging into a Christian church.
Yes.
Controversial.
And she demands that they prove their religion. She demands that they give solid evidence that their religion is real.
Yeah, she's on a priority 1 mission, so she can offend whoever she wants because
to get the shit kicked out of
it's
her.
about her. Yes.
Our gentleman in the chat says, shouldn't they be a Bajoran culture club? She's here all week, fans.
Bajoran George.
Yeah. Do you really want to hurt me?
Yes.
Yes. I hope pain is something you enjoy. Krug, if he knew about this series, he could make David Marcus watch this show. He would give him the secrets to the Genesis torpedo within 20 minutes. Anyway,
another episode. I'm going to give you the secrets of the Genesis torpedo without it.
Nice. So she has to get sent to the Chancellor's office, as you do. And even though she's offended a load of people, Aki's completely okay with that. Oh, it's fine. Sit down. Have a strawberry. Oh, you don't eat.
I'd give Genesis my torpedo, that's for sure.
Crikey, you don't have to get close to the microphone when you're saying that. Jesus, my ear holes. Ooh. Did you notice that Stephen Colbert was exceedingly witty with his computer dean lines this week?
Oh God, yes.
Hilarious.
Not at all cringe.
Later on in the episode, we get a real banger from him.
Oh, about the morning wood.
The trip to Muir Woods. We're leaving first thing in the morning, so don't be late for your morning wood.
But it's okay, right? I learned a valuable lesson here. If you're different, if you're unique, right, it's okay for you to go and upset somebody religiously, spiritually, ethically, and morally, but it's fine if you're unique.
Yeah, how about just basic, privacy, personal space boundaries? Let's forget you just don't walk into somebody's private quarters and start messing with their stuff. That's what she did.
Pretty much. But she was exceptionally, Ake was really cat lady, like San Francisco cat lady, on a whole new level with hippies and cats, and she stinks of piss. That's how bad she is this week. But I like this bit where, Holly Hunter's character gets up and she kind of sideswipes, just like, get the fuck out. Ooh, check yourself.
Why don't you go visit the Cisco Museum in New Orleans?
Oh, but you don't have to go far.
Don't actually go to New Orleans though, even though you could be there in 5 seconds time, because we have transporters and we're on Earth right
transport. Now. Yeah, you don't need a Stargate. We have better forms of near instantaneous travel.
Yeah, but no, don't do that. Just use the ship to make a little holographic fake version of the museum instead of going to the actual place.
Now, did anybody get vibes from this scene onwards of let's make fun of the only straight male in the show, even though he's not white, but even though because he owns a penis and he's possibly straight, we can make fun of him for comedic effect. Even though he's warming a bit of the ocean up and there's power concerns at Starfleet Academy, he's doing it for diplomatic reasons. But hang on a minute, what are you doing that for? We can't do synthetic pottery class this afternoon. It's all your fault. We can't light up special magic orbs which make us feel like we're levitating sideways. You've robbed a whole class. Human resources and social studies, they're out the window this afternoon. It's all down to you. What the hell? And he's doing it for diplomatic reasons, genuine diplomatic reasons which could benefit the War College. But because it's war related, you're bad. Just look at her. You know those memes of the lefty women which are about to lose their shit?
Yeah.
Not the big red one. The other lady with the glasses with the green top on, and she looks at that guy like she's going to lose her shit big style. That's the look on Holly Hunter's character's face right now.
Yikes.
Interesting comment by there we go. I think that's probably Cardassian. Says at me, they will eviscerate this guy so much he will not be usable anymore to elevate Ake. They're killing themselves. They're not seeing it that way, They just do not see it that way. Cartoon Man says crazy eyes. I agree. It's just, I don't know. This show makes me piss, and not in a good way. But it's okay to have a dig at the straight man.
This guy is a stand-in. What the hell is even that?
Sorry.
That guy is a stand-in for us. He is the Star Trek fans. He is the guy trying to take stuff seriously. Yeah.
He's our token stunt cock. And we thank you for your service. He literally is, isn't he? But just look at that. I want to headbutt this bitch so bad.
Why can't she use her mouth like that more often? Because when she's talking, it sounds like she's chewing tobacco.
That's a hell of an Instagram filter right there, man. Look at that.
Have you noticed on close-up shots they de-age her face? That's where that 10 million's going, right there. See, what do you think?
Well, she can wrap those lips around my shaft anytime she likes. I've heard her slur her words. She certainly dribbles a lot.
You could do a lot better. In fact, you know the lady who's in Fallout that was in My Name is Earl? I think I'd sooner have a blowjob from her. And that's fucking saying something. But just look at him. Oh, yeah. You know, you don't know anything about diplomacy. I can't even say I can't even say diplomacy. But she's like, I've got experience with this particular race, and I know how their evening meal ceremony goes. Tell you what, let's be friends. You could tell she's taking the piss out of the poor guy. She is giving him, like any other female-male interaction, there's always that promise of hope where women will let you think you're getting somewhere, and then they'll just pull the rug out from under you at your expense and have a good laugh at you. But it's okay, because women are cool. They can do that. If you did it to them, you'd be the worst bastard this side of the beta quadrant. But no, they can do that to you. And he begrudgingly shakes her hand, and she's like, nah. How could you take somebody as serious as that? He knows right there. He's like, it was then, at that moment, he realized he'd fucked up. Prove me wrong. Just look at him. You poor sap. He has to be a cook. Every man has to simp for every woman in this show. Every man's got to be a white knight as well.
How can such a stupid guy be in charge of the war college? He should be a warrior. He should think strategically and tactically. This guy is presented as an absolute moron. Even though I admire him trying to take his job seriously, he's not equipped for it.
He probably thinks the Kobayashi Maru is a PS5 game. I think that's as far as he got, this guy. As you rightly say, if he had the level of knowledge and experience needed to be in charge of a war college of any shape, form, or whatever, you would have to have a certain degree of expertise and, level of expertise so much so that you've been in that many battles and situations where you've had to think tactically to survive, that he wouldn't let himself get played in the manner he's just been played.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, all of this makes sense if you view the entire academy as the Golgafrenchen Space Arc B. And all of these people are really not the cadets they think they are.
They're training to be second grade phone cleaners.
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
No, they're going to teach African prestigious West Coast College. That's what they'll probably end up doing. But yeah, again, like we've said previously, through the power of modern technology, 32nd century technology, she could just walk through one of those transporter portals that they had in the first episode. The ones that dress you, shower you, cut your hair, even give you a landing strip down below if you ask it nicely. But no, she has to go to a holographic VR representation of the Benjamin Sisko Museum in New Orleans. It's just, I don't know. Yeah. It's not very well thought out. Now there'll be people going, "Oh God, this is superb. This is a sublime episode of Star Trek." Oh, they've gone on about the most underrepresented character in the history of Star Trek, Ben Sisko. But they're not realizing that this is a product of lazy writing yet again. And that is in part down to Tawny Newsome. She has just wrote herself a gig at the expense of member berries.
Yeah, 100%.
Nonstop.
Troopers, by the way. Would you like to know more?
Oh, I think I can't hear anybody.
Oh,
Oh,
this is
no.
it. Uh-oh.
What's
Trev-
happening,
Trev-
Trevor? Has
Trev
he
dropped
crashed
out.
again.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I thought he
Not
was
again.
on the computer.
So
Well-
it really has that button. Would you like to know more? I can't
Yeah,
believe they.
And it opens up, obviously it's a whole museum about Cisco. There should be plenty of places where you can learn more. There doesn't need to be a button to open up
Yeah.
and learn more because it's a whole museum about him. And of course, it repeatedly in the museum calls him the Chosen One, which he was never referred to in the show as the Chosen One. He was not the Chosen One. He was the emissary. Yes, he did have a destiny. It was revealed later on that, in with all the timey-wimey stuff that happens with the prophets, that yes, they had gone back, in an earlier time, they had sort of engineered for him to be born so that he could be their representative, he could be their emissary, but he was not the chosen one. It's such stupid choices in everything here. And they also make out like his fate was predetermined, that he was always going to be this one thing and always had this one destiny, when in fact there's numerous times in the show where it's shown that he has free will. He can choose to do what he wants to do. And sometimes he doesn't do what the prophets want him to do, right?
No,
but
not
in the
at all.
end, in the end, he does follow through with what they need him to do because he understands that it's for the good of the galaxy. He understands his duty as the emissary to make those things happen.
Well,
So-
this lot is obsessed with that whole chosen one trope. Like
It's
that's
stupid.
That's
It's stupid. Yeah.
And
Hello,
it's-
boys and girls. Did you miss
Hello.
me?
It's
You're back.
Trev. Hey,
Yeah,
welcome.
indeed.
Welcome
We
to
were
the
just
stream, sir.
approaching the scene where the holographic person accesses a holographic museum to touch a holographic orb and expecting it to respond.
Like,
Yeah.
real.
I thought that was really good acting,
It was, oh my God, so dumb.
And even the holographic representation had enough of her and decided to switch itself off.
Just like, oh, F you. It just
Yeah.
checks out.
Oh, dear. Do you know,
Yes,
everybody's
it's-
decided to go online and play video games. I think they waited on purpose. Let's scupperdad.com. But I thought that was as dumb as shit. Anyway, as I was saying,
unbelievable.
when I got to this scene, thank you, Melvin. I like the little fish face one. Bella Shepherd It's Bella Ramsey. Reminds me of an ex. Oh, no, Bella Shepherd. That is Genesis Lithe, isn't it? It's all right. I was thinking of Bella Ramsey. Rumor is that she's getting the sack from a certain TV show. Thank you for your donation, Melvin. Much appreciated. But I was saying before I got chucked off the internet, how they nicked this from Starship Troopers, because under her fingers it says, "Would you like to know more?"
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I thought I'd gone again.
Nope.
But yeah, again, it's just all member berries, and like you were saying,
Yep.
she's interacting with holographic things
So
in a holographic
this,
nature.
in this little museum here, we caught a major problem last night. Even Price picked up on this. He is not the biggest Star Trek fan, but they're walking around the museum. You see all of these artifacts that have to do with Cisco. There's his baseball glove, and there's the hat from the Niners episode when they're playing baseball. There's a bunch of other stuff that's in there. And then there's a typewriter.
Hold
An
on, isn't
old
that from a
typewriter.
different reality?
Yes.
Yeah,
It was in a
dream.
dream. It was in a vision that he had where he was Benny Russell and he was
That's
a
right.
sci-fi author from the 1950s or something. It wasn't real. He never had a typewriter.
Yeah, that was far beyond the stars, and he was dreaming about Deep Space Nine. It was,
Yes.
it wasn't a bad written episode, but I'm always a bit dubious about dream episodes. Which this episode
it's-
itself may be a dream.
Yeah. The Far Beyond the Stars it's a well-written episode. It's a little on the nose with the, racial stuff, but it's still very well written and it's good. But yeah, no, the typewriter, it wouldn't exist in this reality. Nobody would know about it. It only happened in Cisco's head.
Yeah.
Well,
Now that is a
maybe
major
he-
flaw. Anybody who'd just casually watched Deep Space Nine would have known that fact if they could, correlate those two, scenes together. Yeah, even your casual Star Trek fan would have realized that too. So if Tawny Newsom's such a big fan of Deep Space Nine,
why did she mess up on that, or why did she even pick that out in the first place? If it's wrong,
I'm sure it was in there because that's a very, that episode's all about race and racial profiling and injustice and all sorts of stuff, and she wanted to make sure there was something in there about that because that was such an important episode to her, being being black.
Brave.
So
she's a fan of the Wikipedia of Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's not always right either. Of all the people she could have picked as well, she goes for Jake Sisko. And Cirroc Lofton must have been rubbing his hands like, yeah, get to pay rent this month. He's the only person they could have actually factually made to look his age and have it in an appropriate way. Because he's got to be what? He's got to be early to mid 40s by now. Surely, if not approaching our age, if saying that. But, I think he's the only character they could, pass off as being the right age or be of a certain age they could portray him in that respect.
Well, isn't he 850 years old at this point? But Lofton is 47. So,
well, there we go. So, like I say, he's the only member of the cast who's passable. Although they could have got Armin Shimmerman back in and put him back in the prosthetics. That would have been a nice callback. But this whole way it played out, it was just too cheesy. All the angles had to be right. Everything was great.
I guess Cirroc Lofton must have needed the money.
True. They got him cheap. Real cheap.
Well, Cirroc has always remained kind of involved with the, conventions and stuff like that. I'm not surprised he'd be interested in coming back, to do something here. But
yeah, he was also shilling hard for the episode on Twitter.
Oh, I wonder why. You mean like Robert Picardo is? Mau Mau says, Mau Mau Jizz, I think that is actually. Is the Orville better than this? Definitely.
Yes.
The Orville is more Star Trek than Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. It's just laughably bad. Thank you to old Cranky Gamer, who's chucked us $10. Here's with my Klingon skirt on. Hey!
So one thing that,
Brian
that somebody...
too.
Oh,
Sam
sorry,
looks like Dave Lister crossed with Batfink's mate. Oh, God. I found that a bit too funny, to be honest. But thank you,
Bella
Brian.
Ramsey look like Sydney Sweeney.
She makes Bella Ramsey look like Sam Fox. And if you know Sam Fox is, we can be friends. Hello, Franco. Anyway.
In that last scene, just before we move on, I wanted to point out, she's looking at that family tree. I forgot to mention this last night when we were on our show talking about this. She's looking at that family tree. And there's a connection between Benjamin Sisko and Jennifer Sisko, where we now have Jake, right, on the family tree. There's a connection to Ben and Cassidy Yates and no child.
Yeah.
So they break it to us in this episode that she never had the baby that she was pregnant with at the end of Deep Space Nine. She must have had some sort of
What a horrible member berry.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's absolutely awful. That's kind of a bummer. It's Cassidy's child was never born.
Yeah, it's not the closure you wanted, but it was the closure you needed.
Yeah, that is just wrong on so many levels. That's just not even nice at all, is it? That is a good call. And nobody else has picked up on that. I am well surprised. Oh dear. But here's our first clue. Here's a bit of a nugget on the trail to finding out who Isla really is. The whole tomato debate, which I thought was a bit of a lame line, really. Is that all you've got to sell yourself as the character? And then we get this whole gumbo scene where she's recreating the recipes of Benjamin Sisko's dad's restaurant, shall we say. And you'd think these kids had never eaten. They are not starved. They are not deprived in any shape, way, or form. And yet they go at it like they haven't eaten for a week. And like,
I do.
So good.
My mouth is on fire and I never want it to end. When you're saying that later, when you've got Kyle's cock in your gob, will you be saying that then? Hey, just think about it. You know, if he ends up gobbling Kyle off later and he's had all that spicy food, won't Kyle's lid be on fire? Z?
Yeah, it's like
What do
going
you
down
think?
on a woman after you've had Cordyceil mouthwash. Trust me on this one.
Yeah, I do want to point out that Cisco and Cassidy's baby is named Rebecca J. Cisco, and she features prominently in the Deep Space Nine novels. So, despite TV canon, she's doing quite well.
Yeah, but canon doesn't exist now they're doing this, because this is the canon. Whether we like it or not, Kurtzman, he's writing it now. He's got the entire Bible of Star Trek, and he's shaping it in the way he sees fit. I wouldn't understand why Secret Hideout would get the contract to produce these shows if they don't really understand the source material. Why would you do that? That's like somebody coming to me and saying, do a series about French gay lesbian rights in 1960. I wouldn't have the foggiest.
Or Twilight.
Yeah. And this is totally irresponsible of a character too. She's only known Jaden for about what? Let's see, a month, shall we say? Right? She's been at Starfleet Academy a month, so she gives Caleb complete access to her. Oh crikey! What did they call it? A matrix, a hollow matrix. So he goes tinkering around with it. First thing he does, he gives her fucking purple hair. Hello?
What the hell is even that?
It fits in right with the social justice warriors who wrote the show.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think they call it her root admin console or something like that, but there's no reason at all that he would know what he's doing in there. She's got to be incredibly complex as a sentient computer program.
I quite like that. Root access console. So she gave him access to her rack.
I was thinking that. I wonder if the collars and cuffs match. Now, this is, I want to know, right? This is something that's always baffled me. Are black chicks curly down there? Do they like have afro bush, disco bush, that kind of thing? Anybody?
Don't know.
Come on, I'm asking for a friend. I don't know these things.
Been with a black woman, so
you'll have to ask someone else.
Can anybody in the chat confirm or deny whether Nubian ladies have afro mottages? Cisco Bush says, Brian.
Yeah. If only there was some kind of internet where you could find images of people undressed, if only something like that existed.
Google it, Trev. I can't.
If only 90% of all the content on the internet were somehow able to be used.
We're not allowed to go to
purpose.
Horn Pub in the UK.
No, we're not. Keir Starmer, not only is Keir Starmer a wanker, but he stopped everybody else having a wank in the UK. Mau just says Brazilian. No, I don't think so. Ardent Party says Disco Bush confirmed.
Yeah, can't you use a VPN in England, or is that illegal now?
No, I've got one set to the Netherlands. I can watch everything.
For sure. Hello, welcome from Holland. Isn't that crazy? Yes, I'm from Holland. Old Cranky Gamer says, who's a member, thank you. And their fake nails tear up your back and puncture your buttocks. I read that as bollocks for some reason. Atom Gray says, is this comedy? Coronation Starscream. This is bad comedy. Sorry. Armajam says, my extensive research says it depends. There we go. Hooded Man says he doesn't want to
like
know.
They do in real life.
Yeah. Is that why they call them bangs? Is that what they call it? I don't know. I just don't. Skyfire says, nice Galvatron, Trev. Played by Leonard Nimoy, not Lemmed. I reckon I've had another stroke. Anyway, he shuts her hearing off, which makes her even louder. So shame on you, Caleb. You've made her 3 times as loud as she already is. But Raktajino, my people will invented this. And he takes a sip and then spits it back out. I bet you any money he's swallowed far worse than that, especially in those space truck stops, Z. What do you say?
Absolutely.
I did not come in for nothing. The things I've had in my mouth, but I will not consume this.
Fucking hell, it must have been bad.
This is far saltier than normal. There is no zinc content in this.
I do appreciate this little bit though, because it shows that's the one that she made, and she's not perfect and she doesn't know how to make food, which makes sense.
Did you see how Gaydon shat himself? It's like,
but I really appreciate your efforts. That's really kind of you. You're being mindful about my race.
What, the 100 meters egg and spoon?
No.
Anyway, she's over the moon. She thinks the sun shines out of her own hollow matrix. But, Durham, there might be banana in that. There might be plantain. We don't know. Why isn't he puking up Gary Glitter? And they're all looking like he's going to spew. Yeah. Look at that. He's going to spew rainbows in a moment, like he's been sucking off that giraffe.
If he eats any real food, it's going to have potassium and he's going to be puking up rainbows. It doesn't have to be banana. Chicken has more potassium by weight than a banana does.
Listen at you, Tomorrow's World. Go for it. Anyway, I like this bit where they all froze. Because they're all planning on going to a bar, a special kind of bar.
Girl, I want to take you to a gay bar.
But no, it's more Colin Orson, come in Orson, and it's more of the same. Klingon likes hot dogs, says Mau Mau Jizz. Is that how you pronounce your username, the G1Z? Is it a jizz?
Klingon likes hot dogs.
He likes hot dogs 2 at a time.
That scene did make me hungry for Creole food. I'm not going to lie, man. I wanted like some really good gumbo after that.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh, dear, Franco, you had to lower the tone.
It's hard to get much lower than we are,
Oh, dear. My goodness. Anyway, yeah, more of the same, more Mutt Colin Orson. And they're going to delete her. This was the image I tried to use for the screenshot for the thumbnail. But I picked the wrong one because I just wanted to, just highlight how brain rot this show is. But anyway, she's got 6.9 days to get stuff done and figure out what makes humanity worth interacting with.
That's how the show started. They tried to make her sound smart because she knows the numbers of things. So she's like, I've been called some variation on my name 637 times, and there are 487 of that. Like, they try to build credibility with their character, but it just came out as like pure idiocy.
Thing is, though, you can have all the stats, you can have all the figures, but you can be as thick as pig shit in reality.
Exactly what I was going to say. She's rebuilt herself 937 times or something like that, and she's still a complete and utter spasmo.
Ooh, harsh. Hooded Man says, remember when there was an actual plot in Star Trek? I do. Pepperidge Farm remembers. That's how long ago it was. I don't even know what Pepperidge Farm is, to be fair. I only saw it on Family Guy. So anyway, she decides to go to a bar. Oh, yeah. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Well, so I get the hint that it's something old.
It's a bakery brand for like bread and muffins and stuff.
But what are they remembering exactly?
It's old timey, like Cracker Barrel. They're trying to do
We don't have Cracker Barrel here. All we know about that is they changed their logo a while back and it caused mass uproar.
Yeah.
Well,
don't you have an old timey brand for biscuits or something?
Mr. Kipling.
There you go. Yes, Kipling's.
It was 3:30 in the morning and I felt a shoulder on my hand in bed. Don't worry, Jeff, came the voice. It was Mr. Kipling. He gave me a cherry bakewell before he took my bum cherry.
So they decide to go to a bar. Meanwhile, we get this whole let's take the piss out of the straight guy.
Blobfish ritual.
Yep.
Yeah. What the hell? Hang on.
What the hell is even that?
Told you that button was getting some mileage tonight. And you get Robert Picardo talking like a complete twat.
Hello, I'm desperate for cash.
So we'll just, sorry. Was I a bit loud, dear?
Yes.
Sorry. It's only got one setting, kill, not stun.
Loud.
Sorry. I don't know. I wonder if I... No? Is that any better? What if I turn myself down? Hello, please state the nature of the medical emergency. Got me a Chrysler. It's as big as the whale. Sorry.
Oh, it's like Hovis or Warburton's. That should, or McVitie's.
Hovis would be more like it. They're more... Da, da, da. I would up my eye to a grasshopper when I went down pit at 7. Yeah. There we go.
Hovis remembers.
Robert Picardo, bless his soul, was absolutely fucking embarrassing. I sincerely feel sorry for anybody who's close friends with him, because this whole scene was embarrassing to watch. I felt embarrassed for Robert Picardo. Bob, I felt sorry for you. Anybody else?
Well,
No?
he's sold his soul to the white slavers, so he deserves everything he gets.
But Tig, she's the funniest thing ever, because she's a lesbo. And I can say that because it's Friday, and I'm gay, but only for today. Woohoo, boys. Anyway.
And now a request from the gift pig.
What happened to the size of pads? Because in Next Gen and any other Star Trek series, pads were really conveniently sized. Now, are they actually just real iPads?
Well,
I think
she can't see. She needs glasses, so they have to give her the large print version of the pad.
She certainly hasn't got a sense of smell, because everybody else can fucking smell her a mile off. Pissy old cat lady who needs tenor lady. Our gentleman says iPads are smaller than that. I wouldn't know. I can't afford iPads. Not on my money. They're too expensive. But hang on a minute. I'm going to have to press that button again, but I'll turn myself down. Are you a lesbian? Hello? Yes, you there. Are you a lesbian? Are you the muncher of a rug?
London calling. Are you there?
Germany calling. Germany calling. Sorry. It's about time I experimented with my soundboard.
I want to say, can you imagine like the superintendent of West Point being this much of an idiot? The way they ridicule and deride this guy in this scene is absolutely insulting to pretty much everybody.
Oh, we've got the lovely Sherry in the chat. She's never been in my chat before. Hello, you. Nice to have you in there. If the boys start getting a bit excited, I'll spray them down, hose them down with some Robert Picardo lace sperms. Not that I've got any. It's just metaphor. But Tig Notaro's character, Jet. Oh, God. She's so dry, she could start a fire. You know? And I don't like that fact about the character. Jet Reno has just been the wrong side of sarcastic to even be remotely funny. But it's all right. Crazy cat lady don't give no shit. She's having a laugh at the ball sacker, the man with the penis, the only male in the building. She can have a good laugh at his expense. And what's the deal with the spoon? It's like gazpacho soup all over again, Z. I'm having flashbacks.
Gazpacho soup.
Everything that happens to this guy is at his expense in the entire show.
Yeah. He's like, because he's a man who can think for himself, obviously not. You know, he's, like you say, he's the butt of every joke. You know, he's the point, he's like a focal point for all the piss taking and stuff, you know? Atom Gray says Tig Notaro's character is so depressing. And she's got a face like a wet weekend in Wigan. She truly has. She just looks a miserable old sack. I'm so glad she's a lesbian. She spared some poor man the misery of being married to it. Oh, the whole thing with the spoon. How the fuck can you eat soup with a spoon with a hole in it?
That's a joke.
Obviously, I'm too stupid to get it. Hey, I just want to tell you an interesting story.
This was written by somebody whose singular credit was coming up with a pun for shenanigans. So
it was written by two people with split arses.
who don't have a penis or testicles. So twice as funny. Obviously. But has anybody ever seen Tig Notaro do a stand-up routine and found it funny at all? Anybody in the chat? Does anybody think that this woman is funny?
She's not even adjacent to funny. No, she's just sarcastic and droll and
she's
smug.
just a sarky old lesbo, for want of a better phrase.
Smug, she's a smug narcissist that thinks she's funny, and when you listen to her, it's actually quite painful to. She's got some stand-up on YouTube. Go check it out. It's absolutely painful.
Argentum says she does stand up. Skyfire says nope, not funny. Hang on a minute. This might prove interesting. Stefano Carino, 3390. Sorry, cannot hold back. Where is the story, character evolution, flow of it all? This was so ridiculous. No deep story on any of them. Dumb fact. All this is despicable, and they try to sell it. It's true.
Yeah, it's also infuriating. It's filled with false profundity that's supposed to make you feel like there's a deep meaning here, but it's all shallow ridiculousness.
Yeah, I think you've just hit the nail firmly on the head there. This is all just a vanity project for a deluded man who thinks he can make great television. And, he's attracting all these kind of people. Like Picardo and anybody else. As soon as I think these guys just saw the checkbook opening. Oh, you're the best thing since sliced bread. You make J.J. Abrams look like a Jeremy Beadle home movie. If you know, you know.
Yeah, I'm not convinced they really know. Sometimes actors will say, I really didn't know what the movie was about until we saw it. I just did my scenes.
Yeah,
maybe some of them believed. Yeah, maybe some of them believed in the project or not. But
so let me get this right. If you said to an actor, in this scene, we want you to really jump out of an airplane and there's a parachute in there, you're not going to fucking jump out unless you actually know there's a parachute in there. So that is bullshit. That is the biggest cop out. Anybody? Oh, San Francisco boys. Woo-hoo-hoo. Fancy a bum?
Hello, gay boys.
Girl, I want to take you to a gay bar, gay bar, gay bar.
There we go. Let's hack the hologram so she can get drunk and give her 12 shots. How can you simulate 12 vodka shots accurately to a hologram? Hello?
The important question is, why can't you make her sober again just as easy? She actually has to sleep it off. How does that work?
The thing is, though, she's getting drunk, but she's not getting better looking.
That's not how that works, Trev.
I'm sorry, darling. There's not enough beer in the world.
Did you see all the other things that he's programmed in here somehow to put into her program? There's heroin, GHB, ketamine,
morphine,
codeine, and then like all the liquors and stuff that he has, and then all of the other things like vapor, hyposprays. Like, I'm sorry, what? I'm going to give you a vodka hypospray?
Yeah.
What?
The lovely Sherry says, now the gay bar song is stuck in my head. Z, do you want to give her a quick rendition?
Girl,
something to put in you.
I want to take you to a gay bar, gay bar, gay bar.
Let's start a war.
A nuclear war.
Beer? There's not enough roofied Guinness, says Ardent Party.
Yeah. And are you saying this bar lasted 1,000 years and survived the burn when the actual Federation itself didn't? I'm not buying that for a second.
Beer doesn't rely on dilithium crystal. The only thing they lost money on was Romulan ale. But no real loss, to be fair. But the whole premise with this was just bullshit. And even the confrontation between them and the War College mob just angered me even more, because Zolo is the dumbest shit ever. So's her her Vulcan friend. But Kyle's so stoked to see Gaydon. Hello. Fancy a bum. And they're like, Kyle gets a lot of Kyles. He's already had one already, hasn't he? Because in the atrium scene, he gets told, Jaden gets told off, doesn't he, for chatting up with Kyle? And then, oh God, look at him. Gaydon just looks like, say you went to a cosplay as Mr. Worf and you look nothing like Mr. Worf. That's what you would look like. And why does it look like he's got a clitoris on the bridge of his nose?
Listen, are you telling me the school that 17-year-old kids go out and get drunk and don't expel them? Like they have synthahol. Did they lose the recipe for that during the burn?
Stunning and brave time, girls. Oh, even the bartender's trans. Do you know what's going through my head now?
Hell? This is
Do you know
the
what's going through
future.
my...
You can augment yourself to look like any other species. You can have any kind of face or any kind of body. And he went for a bloke in a dress with makeup that a 5-year-old applies when they sneak into their mother's bedrooms.
From the planet of Cybertron.
A true trans person would want to look like an actual woman. That's what they would look like here.
Yeah.
They have the technology to do that.
Wouldn't you be able to beam your cock off and have lady parts just beamed in there?
Why
So
not?
I want a uterus this week, so I'll have one beamed in. Hang on, bye cock. Hello pussy. Just saying.
Well,
But they have to make it about gender ideology and whatnot. And there's quite a crowd watching as well. I noticed they made a big point of this. But at least there's a red-blooded male in the crew, Caleb Meir. He's no queer. He's gonna do it. No fear. Have a swag of that, boys. Oh, you'll be bent over a stool in 20 minutes. Trust me, I know. I made you drink. Have a sip of that. Yeah. She just said to Fishboy, "Yeah, have a shot. I'll look better in 15 minutes." Because she looks like she's banged her forehead in a car accident slightly. She's not a pretty thing, is she? In fact, there's no pretty women in this at all.
no, I'm sure they cast her to be sort of extra irritating. I'm not going to lie. When she got hit, I actually did find a small level of satisfaction in that when she gets punched. So.
Well, yeah, me too. Hooded Man says Divine's lost some weight.
Yeah, 1,000
You're
years in
being
the
a
future.
transphobe. Sorry.
1,000 years in the future, and this is the best that makeup and plastic surgery is advanced. I don't believe that for a second.
Hang on a minute. This is remotely interesting. Stefano Carino says, imagine Gaydon with a Scottish skirt. You mean a kilt and a second-handed sword? A pork sword, possibly? And possibly guts. No complaint about the skirt, but like this. Oh, God, and why Cisco? No, can't understand. Yeah, there is a bit of that. Oh, Brian says, even Begbie would knock him back. Cartoon Man 54 says, Rocky Dennis. Oh, shut up, Rocky Dennis. Oh, that reminded me when the Next Gen cast started getting rather friendly with Seth MacFarlane. And they said that to Michael Dorn, didn't they, as Mr. Wolf? Oh, shut up, Rocky Dennis. That was fucking mint.
I'm surprised they didn't ruin Begbie with the show and make him some sort of holographic character.
Oh, and have you noticed how Genesis has got to be the condescending, better looking friend? And she's got to go and help the fat drunk friend. Oh, I can't get a bloke. Well, never mind, love. Have another drink.
Well, in her defense, anybody who's friends with that thing is going to be the better looking friend.
I tell you something, right? If she bumped into Stevie Wonder and he said, "Oh, this is how blind people to have a look at what you look like," and he went blah, 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 all over her face, he'd go, "I'm gay." He would walk off. Oh God, I've got a cheese grater to read. See you, bye. But Caleb, he's got other things on his mind. He's not at all stalky, but look, something's blocking his view, something fat and ugly. Hey, you looking at me? No, I'm looking at that Fitbird down there. You were just got in the way. Ah, she's in his field of view. She's like 5'4". If Holly Hunter's 5'2", bullshit. And he's like, oh God, I've attracted the ugly chick. Fat lass in a disco, as Brian would say. Now then, Ister. Just as a hypothetical question here. Say you woke up tomorrow morning with a raging hangover and you woke up with that bartender. What's the first thing you'd do? And don't lie.
I would get the hell out of there.
Do you think you'd like wash your cock in bleach?
Find the nearest hand sanitizer and get started.
Yeah, I would definitely look for a pharmacy on my way out. Let's put it that way. But I would actually look for the person who drugged me, because I know there's no way I would have done that voluntarily.
Now then, moving slightly on. Z, what 3 words am I thinking here?
Fancy a bum?
You got it.
You got to have him flirting at the bar because he's gay, you know, just in case you didn't know that Jaden was gay. Jaden's gay now.
What the hell is even that?
Is he standing on a half apple or something? Because there's no way he's that
standing
tall.
on his Adam's apple later.
What's the safety word this week? Kapla. Or banana.
Kapla.
Yeah, banana's a good one. Kapla. And he's like, so, I notice you got a ridged forehead. Is your cock the same?
Don't you have 2 penises?
We could do with some cheesy porn music. Yeah, who said boom chicka wow wow?
That was me.
Oh, that reminds me of an advert from a while back. Remember the Lynx adverts?
Oh, yes.
Boom chicka wow wow. Tonight I am going to make you walk like John Wayne. Oh, fucking hell. And then this, I'm going to call her Trojan because she's
a horse.
No, because she's beamed herself in there. She is literally a condom. She has just stopped these two from getting fucky $10, if you know what I mean. Hey, are you going to bum that guy over there? There is no Dave.
What sort of bar is this then? Because they allow 17-year-olds to drink actual alcohol instead of synthahol. They allow them to lay on the bar and lounge around on the bar. If that were my bar, I'd throw the bloody bastards out.
What happens in San Francisco stays in San Francisco, honey. But she's getting ideas above her station, and so's Caleb, because there may be some kind of heterosexual liaison taking place. And that's not the in thing on a show like this. The only blowing of instruments is this guy, who makes a total twat of himself. But no, Robert Picardo, who's the cook. He's not a doctor anymore, he's the cook. And then you've got Jet Reno, the most sarcastic bitch this side of SETI Alpha 5, because it's a dry planet.
This is SETI Alpha 5.
This is the garden spot of SETI Alpha 6. But no, let's just take the piss out of the straight white. No, the straight male. I nearly said white then. But yet again, more dry sarcasm from the most unfunniest prick in the galaxy, Tig Notaro, a.k.a. Jet Reno, or Jet Reno, a.k.a. Tig Notaro, who's allegedly a comedian, but I think she's only famous for being a lesbian. Yeah. Where did they get these people? Mediocres are us.
Well, she's supposedly a physics teacher, but all she does is ridicule her students about not having an appropriate amount of empathy.
And then talk about how special she is.
Anyway, welcome to the Professor R2 and Ister show. I'll interrupt on occasion. Sorry, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I've completely forgot what the fuck I'm going to say now, but that's how memorable this show is. But yeah, again, it just feels like this whole thing is an erosion on standardized norms. What, the human species, the very foundation of its genetics is based on the fact that we reproduce, males and females. Oh no, you can't have any of that now. So let's pick on the straighties. The straight guy, he's obviously a twat. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. But we'll just make fun of him because, I know last week, old Krusty Flaps, she was nearly getting some from a Klingon. But I noticed she's very sexually ambiguous in this show. The Doctor's obviously a mincer. Tig's obviously a rug muncher because she's getting some Jem'Hadar Klingon muff in her mouth every night. What the fuck is going off? And then they've timed this fish to go down and make a fart noise to make this guy even look more of a simp than what he already is. But what's the first thing we're going to do? Oh, it's absolutely funny. It's a joke on you. But we will know you won't see it that way. And then we can make you an even bigger joke because you'll be the asshole. And then
it looks like a plate of pure salmonella. Like that. It's so gross.
Did you notice they included the leftist mantra, diversity is our strength?
Oh, God.
I honestly let out a massive groan when that happened.
Anybody who believes that shit is a twat.
Well, diversity has never been our strength.
No, it's not.
That is
the sudden
new.
influx of diversity has a detrimental effect on society as a whole and robs nations of their individual cultural identity.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a convenient
demonstrably, provably a negative. You can absolutely show it with data that is an untrue statement.
What's the first rule of Marxism when you're competing with somebody who's on the opposing side? You make them look the bad person any means possible. So you obviously have to use some dirty tactics. So saying stuff like that, if anybody says, no, I don't agree with that, well, you're the problem. You're the problem in society. You're obviously a racist. You're obviously this. It's just something so you could be hung with a label, you know? And that shit's got to stop. It doesn't matter. So what if somebody's a racist? So what if somebody's this? So what if somebody's that? Don't we have, as a society, as a free world, the choice and the right to be whatever we want to be? So let me get this straight, right? All these people can profess all day long how big of a cock chomper they are, or, you know, they're this, that, and the other because of a way they dress or act in society. But if you show any form of resistance towards that ideology, you're the bad person and you get a label. Hang on a minute. If somebody can identify as Airwolf, can't somebody identify as being a racist if they choose to? Whether it's right or wrong is besides the point. Shouldn't somebody have the right to have that choice, whether it's right or wrong?
Oh, no, that's bad think. You're not allowed to have bad think. We need to.
Well, hang on a minute. It works both ways. You can't have it all your own way.
No, not for them. It doesn't. You have to, agree to the appropriate official approved set of facts.
Well, that's not good enough. If we're all singing off the same hymn sheet, there's no room for new songs.
This episode has the nerve to say near the end something about diversity of thought, even, which is the most ironic. Like, how dare they? That is
You mean diversity of following the ideology, you mean?
Yeah.
That's all it is. This is training for their right thing, I think. Anyway, we get to the most despicable part of this episode. Heterosexualism. Oh my God, I feel so dirty. Gross. I feel as though I should shower in Lysol or something stronger.
It's got leftism in it because it's a mixed race relationship.
Oh, no, that's not good enough anymore. I mean, it's heterosexual. It is wrong. So we'll deflect everything by having, oh my God. What the fuck is that wearing?
I think she borrowed it from Jaden's wardrobe.
I'm not talking about the black chick either. Oh my God. She is not a very progressive thinking lady. Why hasn't she got afro pits? No, but why hasn't she got afro pits? She should be setting an example to other ladies of color that you don't have to, appease the patriarchy by shaving your armpits. Why can't you have afro pits? I'm just saying. Hey, I want a burrito this big, man. There's no Dave here.
That's going to be season 2, where they've defeated the patriarchy enough that they no longer have to groom.
No, you can't do that. Even the thought of it's outraged her. She is outraged. And Genesis, she's gone up. Oh, shut up, you. She's gone up a notch. Because I don't know whether it's because Sam's looking exceedingly ugly this week.
Oh dear. Supremely something Minger. Can we think of a posh word beginning with A? Suitably applicable Minger. That's what Sam stands for. But Genesis looks fucking smoking compared next to Sam.
Yeah, it looks like some of her lip filler has died down a little bit, so she almost looks human.
Yeah. But she loves this song despite never hearing it before. And it's Gay Bar by Electric Six. Girl, I want to take you to a gay... Oh, hang on a minute. Da, 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 da. Uh-oh, no. No bumming. No, no, no. You're not going home with Kyle. You're coming home with me. And here we go. Zolo. Hans Zolo. I've been dying to see that. But I like the fact that Sam actually steps in, and there's a bit of roughness happening here because Zolo finally gets a smack. Smug cow deserves it. And look at old Klingon chops. It is illogical that you've gone down on the floor. Why have you done that? Because I've just got slapped by a supremely aggravating muff face. But, oh no, somebody's got chucked out of a bar, and it's the girl covered in tattoos, so they've victimized somebody straight away. And that's put any heterosexual shenanigans to rest, because they've got to get... I notice how Durham says, "Get your ass in here, Caleb." Oh, yeah, really? It's that time of night, is it?
Yeah,
What
is that drinking,
what happens in-
by the way?
I don't know. What happens in the gay bar stays in the gay bar. She's not in the gay bar because she's just been chewing concrete. And then we get the preachy doctor again, who's got a dermal regenerator, what works in seconds. And he can be the token preachy white old man. And he's like, "Are you intoxicated?" No, she just acts like that for laughs. And look, stunning and brave. Klingon. Klinger. He could be Klinger. Because Klinger used to dress as a woman, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. So Jaden's in his Starfleet... Starfleet Academy standard issue skirt.
Yeah, why is the doctor even speaking English to the other hologram, or why does she speak, very awkward, stilted, juvenile English to her progenitors on the planet Cask? Like, even AIs today, when they realize they're talking to each other, create a language that is exceedingly faster and more efficient.
She'd be like a Spectrum loading tape, wouldn't she?
Yeah. She's a Commodore 64 with an overloader. But yeah, he's gone back in and he's hacked her and he's put the vodkas down to 0. And the doctor's just thoroughly ashamed and disappointed that Jaden's wearing a skirt. I mean, that Sam's allowed herself to be manipulated. So he nearly loses his shit. And he's just thoroughly disappointed. You shouldn't be doing anything like that. You're a hologram. And it's unfortunate that you look like that, considering you're a hologram that could have chosen any avatar you possibly could. Does anybody remember when the spaceship looked like a vagina? Oh, look, it still looks like one. In fact, it looks like an electric razor.
What a lady shave.
Yeah. It's a Muffula 2000. It's San Francisco, and it's got wings for your comfort and safety, even for your heaviest days. But there's a bit of resolution here. And look, here she is. No shoes. If that was my Starfleet Academy, I would be putting drawing pins down and bits of Lego. That would sort her out.
Razor wire.
And they've shown this before. This is apparently the turbo lift.
Mm-hmm.
There are
and it looks like a tram
in the turbo lift.
It looks like a tram. I don't know if it's because it's a San Francisco thing or what. They had to make it look like a tram. But at the end of the day, straight guys got to... just look at that. That's been airbrushed.
Why are they using turbo lifts when they can just transport through their comm badges anywhere they want to go all the time? Why do they even have these?
I'm a crazy lady, and I sound like Eric Cartman, and nobody's respecting my authority.
Sorry.
And why do they have stairs in the main, building then? Nothing about this shows any sort of forethought or world building.
There's nothing cool about some skanky old bird who slobs around on your furniture barefooted. And, even straight white guy has got to cook and simp to an hour. And How was my blowing? And she said it was awful. It was terrible, man. Ew. In that Eric Cartman voice she does, and he's got to, oh yeah, he's come around now. He's seeing things her way, because Crazy Cat Lady's never wrong. And then we get more of this rhubarb. And to say this chick wrote this episode, part wrote it anyway. God. This was not like DS9-esque in any shape, way, or form. It gave a nod, but it was nowhere in any shape, way, or form honouring what had come before it. And how she magically got a copy of the book that Jake Sisko allegedly wrote, what maybe 7 people have read in 800 years. It means father in Bajoran. I know what it means. So she's going to read this book. And how is it that, all the words flitter off the pages, and all of a sudden there's this hologram again of Cyril Lofton must have been like, this is the most acting I've done in 25 years. I only wish it'd been Maximilian and Reinhardt out there. Sorry, wrong film. Yeah, sorry.
This sort of plays to the idea that it's all going on in her head. But I do want to point out that Kristen Beyer, the other writer, she's wrote a couple of Star Trek novels. I'm not going to say they're good, but they're nothing this bad. I suspect that Newsom is responsible for most of what we despise in this episode.
Oh, I hate to lower the tone of the show, but this episode is just dog spunk again. There has been no quality to this whatsoever. And yeah, I agree with what everybody's saying in the chat. This is purely in her head. She's created this work of fiction. Yeah. And then she's crying. Holograms cry now. It's a simulation. It's not real.
Oh, they have always cried. In the DS9 episode Shadow Play, a holographic child character cries. And EMH has done it a couple of times as well in the episodes Latent Image and Real Life.
Why did he stand on some Lego in the dark?
He did, yeah.
But
his holographic daughter died.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. And Wendy Sharl played his wife in that episode, and she is the voice of Francine Smith. She was also Wendy in Inner Space. She was one of Thingamabob's players, wasn't she? Along with Robert Picardo. Oh, crikey. Forgot. Joe Dante. She was one of his players.
Yeah.
Yeah, do me a favor, Google Kirsten Beyer and tell me she doesn't look exactly how you think she would look.
I don't really want to. Oh, Stefano Carino for €2. Thank you. That's our first euros given as a super chat on the channel. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. I shall add you to the shout out list at the end of the show before I play the trailer for Just Bad Movies. This coming week, it's another whopper. Superman 4. Anybody fancy ripping Superman 4 to shreds on Tuesday?
It's a masterpiece compared to this.
It is indeed. It is indeed. But I'm going to rip one of my favorite all-time films to shreds soon. It's going to be hard work for me. But the last film in the run of Just Bad Movies is Top Secret. And I'm keeping it top secret for a very good reason. Because we have a very, very, very special guest. Can't wait for that one. So anyway, getting off topic, which is certainly better than this. Oh, another super chat. Thank you to K70 for £2. Hello there. Thank you. You shall get a shout out at the end of the show.
Hello there.
Hello there. I keep practicing that. I never quite pull it off, though. Oh, dear. And we get the whole point of this episode. I think this is just a vehicle for Tawny Newsom. Why couldn't it have been Tawny Katayan instead? Because she's far more pleasant to look at. Oh, she was great in Bachelor Party. The film that Tom Hanks swears he wasn't in.
Yeah, this is the most insulting part of the whole show when you find out.
Indeed. An impossible creature by galactic standards. A half Cardassian, half Trill.
And one that's 1,200 years old to boot, which... doesn't work. Established
symbiotes only live 800 years, don't they?
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Between 500 and 800 years, yeah. So that symbiont should be dead 500 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, the Dax we knew was already 300 in the 24th century. So.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. Nuclear Man was awesome. Did you know, interesting fact about Nuclear Man, he was from Leeds, Mark Pillow. Oh, God. Leeds. Oh, he'll have a Selby grill steak, said Brian. Yeah, Trills 800 Max says to Flav in the chat. And it's an established fact in canon. You know?
You think they care? What do they care about canon? They just make this crap up.
Member berries, I remember.
Another £2. My channel does Star Trek fan films. Nice.
Yeah, they don't even care about canon from 5 minutes before. Like, this whole show is set fan fiction back, 50 years.
You're a Dax. She goes all Homer Simpson, like, you're a Dax, you're a Trill. And she's like, that's how I knew about the tomatoes. Really, that was the whole mystical selling point of your script device. And it's like, and then we go to this whole
tomatoes. That's her deal.
Yeah, this whole ridiculous theremin bollocks, and it's Mark Colin Orson again. And this is why humans are worthy of an interaction because they can do a thing called a reach around. What is a reach around, Mork? This is dumb as shit. You have to admit. This was just Mork and Mindy was better than the worst episode of Mork and Mindy, right? Is still superior to any episode of Starfleet Academy up to press.
Oh, Mork and Mindy was funny as hell. What do you mean, man? That was a great show.
Oh, when Murph came into it kind of like jumped the shark. Was it Murph? The kid?
Yeah, they all eventually jumped the shark, but for the longest time, man, the show was solid, and Robin Williams is brilliant. He's funny.
Not anymore. Bless his cotton socks. But he was genuinely funny. There's not many people left like him, to be fair. In fact, I don't think I've laughed at anybody in a long time. It's like everybody in Hollywood now is fucking beyond mediocre. It's like saying, it's like putting certain people in the same films all the time. It's like Zendaya. Let's stick Zendaya in something, and Timothy Chalamet and other various actors. Or saying Jason Momoa is the most talented actor that there ever has been. That guy is, I've seen Boltzer with more range.
Yeah, they introduced Mirth in the last season, like they did on the Brady Bunch with the Oliver or whatever. They already, they were already on their way out, but that show had 3 solid seasons of hilarity.
Yeah. But yeah, there's nobody better than Tham and all their friends, and let's sit next to some randomer who you've never seen in the show before. Let's have a good laugh with him. And obviously, you've got to hand it to Sam. She is the bestest ever. Even Gay Bar Man agrees. Who's the top and who's the bottom, Z?
Jaden's definitely the bottom.
Really?
Yeah.
Kyle doesn't strike me as a top. He strikes me as being like a bird's eye potato waffle. He's a waffly versatile.
I think they're both bottoms, which is why they're having so much trouble getting together.
Yeah, but people keep interfering in their bummage.
Oh, look, he's dancing with that guy again because Jaden's gay now. He's gay. If you didn't realize
I'm gay, but only on a Friday. Every day's a Friday. Ooh, on my channel. Dun-dun-dun, while we're doing Starfleet Academy. But look at it. Oh, it's your... See, if it hadn't been for me, you wouldn't end up with space aids, Gaiden. Yes, I must thank you, even though I've only got 3 years left to live now. Yeah, fuck right. And that's why I'm the bestest ever. And then she's having a chat with Benjamin Sisko. The thought of Benjamin Sisko. But look at the clouds. Oh, look, keep looking at the clouds. Oh, look. There we go.
She looks like... You know what? I realized she looks like a frog with Down syndrome. That's what she looks like. She is Down's frog.
Oh, crossing the line a bit there. That's not very nice. That's unfair to frogs and people with Down syndrome. Yeah, but I thought that was a bit of desecration. Having Benjamin Sisko's face appear slightly in clouds. That was a bit of a cop-out. And then
supposedly the resources are still scarce, but they can have, doesn't look like a resource starved environment.
You said almost re-asked.
Yeah.
Do not say that, because Gaiden will hunt you down. He's got a certain set of skills. He will find you and he will bum you. Thank you, Avery.
Yeah,
What
they
did he
like to
do?
act like he had something to do with this. He had absolutely nothing to do with this
Nothing.
episode whatsoever.
God.
Nope. He didn't even give permission to use his image. Nothing. Right. They licensed that one bit of not music, but his spoken word stuff to play in here. He's credited nowhere. His image appears nowhere. He had nothing to do with making this episode.
Derek Shalom says in the chat.
Though.
Just 1 second, Z. Derek Shalom says in the chat, it's a constant assault on your intellect, and that girl is very unsettling to look at. Harsh but fair. Sorry, Z.
Right, yeah. Two things I did enjoy about this episode was them using the DS9 theme at the end of it.
Mm.
And the second thing I enjoyed about this episode is Thok isn't in it.
No thought.
Well, no. But it was fucking hard to watch.
It was fucking hard to watch.
It was indeed. In fact, it was terrible. Just incidentally, Atom Gray, what have you got going on over at B-Sides later? 2 a.m. UK time, 6 p.m. Pacific. There we go. That took a bit of thinking. Would anybody oblige to me playing a quick B-Sides trailer? No? I'm playing it anyway.
Remember, kids, tonight is a B-Sides night. Join your host, ghastly, ghostly Adam Gray, and his main squeeze, Barbara Lawrence, from 6 p.m. Pacific, and blast off for Kicksville. Don't be wetter than Smilex's pocket.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than being wetter than Smilex's pocket. You can attest to that, can't you, Professor? You've seen how wet Smilex can be. He's very moist
indeed.
sometimes. He's almost glistening, I would like to say.
Yes. Tonight, in fact, we are going to be kicking off Black History Month.
Really?
With a lovely movie called I Passed for White. So
Okay.
I thought you were going to review Roots.
Oh my God, this is getting more and more racialist. Atom says, get more Professor R2 brunts, on B-Sides later, over at B-Roll Stage. Although I tried to say, also available over on Rumble. I've tried Rumble tonight. Hopefully it's gone out. It probably hasn't, knowing Rumble like it has done. God. I'm just having a quick look ahead. How many more episodes of this do we have to endure?
Oh, you're halfway through,
15.
Trev. There's 5 more, and the next episode, we've already got some of the credits available on IMDb for the next episode, and it appears that one of the characters is a furry. Oh, sorry, Fury. Sorry.
Oh God.
Yeah, and that doesn't count season 2. So like 15 at the worst. We have 15 more.
Yeah,
episodes.
I'm still of the opinion that season 2 will never be finished. It will never air.
Well,
Why
who
is season 1 airing?
greenlights a second season based on a show that hasn't even aired yet?
Yeah. I think they are going to be in a rush to separate themselves from Kurtzman and this Drek as quickly as they can. This got aired because, well, I mean, it was finished. Season 2, not finished. They still need money. They reportedly they had to use money from what they were going to do for season 2 to finish season 1. So in fact, they probably there's no money there. They're going to have to get more money from Paramount, from Skydance to actually finish season 2. I seriously wonder if they just say, no, you're not getting the money to finish it. It's just put it in the trash can. Let's take the write-off.
Oh my God! You know who's going to be in the next episode? Britt Marling, the girl from the OA.
Computer voice. She's the computer voice anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought they were actually going to show her.
No, she's the ship's computer voice. So you've got Stephen Colbert, who's the digital dean, and then you've got Britt Marling. I think she's quite tasty, Brit Marlin. I don't know if she's batshit crazy or not. She possibly is. She lives in California. Or so I'm led to believe. It's come, let's away. Whatever the fudge that means.
No idea.
Oh, God, you're right. This is last episode's due to air on March 12th. Oh, God.
Yeah, supposedly this episode is going to be about sex. I'm not kidding. And this is the one Robert Picardo said, wait until you see episode 6.
Just let's talk about sex, baby. A hologram, you and me. Gaydon's gonna bum ya before you've had your tea. Let's talk about sex. Watch me get a copyright strike now just for singing that.
The show is despicable. It's insulting. It's juvenile. It's deriding. It's desecration of what we used to love. I hate it.
It makes Jackass look intelligent. Anyway, I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat tonight. Ista, Z, Professor R2, just a quickie. Thank you to Paul Dickinson, who said get knackered for £2. Old Cranky Gamer for $10. Here's with my Klingon skirt on. Hey! Brian says, Sam looks like Dave Lister crossed with Batfinks, mate. Yeah. What was his name? I can't remember.
Karate.
That was it. Yes, well remembered. Melv wrenched and subscribed for a £5. I like the little fish face one. Bella Shepherd reminds me of an ex. I thought he was talking about Darren, but no. Stefano Carino for €2. K70 for £2. Hello there. And also £2 as well. My channel does Star Trek fan films. So check out K70. Give him a sub too. Thank you ever so much to everybody for joining in tonight. Like I said, we are back for Just Bad Movies this coming Tuesday from 9 p.m. Oh, it's going to be absolutely, it's going to be hard work.